Today's episode of the Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 160 of the Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is Julie Dobbs. We are sadly not together today. We had some studio shooting issues, and so we are in our respective homes, coming to you via the wonders of modern technology, aka Zoom recording. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, hopefully we look and sound okay. I think we do.
Yeah, sure, I do too.
No? Yeah, I know.
I've actually busted my ring light out, trying to give myself a little pep. I feel like I've had allergies, and I never really had allergies, but I feel like anytime there's a thin coat of that green stuff all over shit outside,
Yeah.
this is what I'm gonna look like congested, eyes watery. It's a lot of fun.
Do you think you have allergies from the ballpark?
No, I think it's pollen. Isn't it pollen? Isn't that green stuff pollen?
I couldn't tell you, but
Do
that
you have
sounds
the green
right.
stuff?
I mean, I think I know what you're talking about. I think most people say pollen, whether
But
it is or not.
right, but like on your car, is there a thin coat of green stuff?
Not really.
What about on your outdoor furniture, countertops, anything outside?
I'd have to go look.
Yeah, do that for me.
Oh, hey, speaking of cars and Gateway Buick GMC, how is your car
Love it.
treating you?
I love it. I feel so
Yeah?
fancy. I feel so
Good.
fancy.
I
I still
had
haven't figured out the technology there's a drone flying over my car at all times, but
That's pretty cool. You're protected by drone.
I am. I feel pretty cool and
I talked with
fancy.
I talked with them yesterday, and we're like kind of starting the conversation. But they told me about your ordering process, and I'm super jealous. I might try to do it too. I don't know.
Did they tell you it's as easy as 1, 2, 3?
They did. They told me it was as easy as 1, 2, 3, and it seems like you got yours pretty quick. They said that it can take up to 6 months, but sounds like yours was not 6 months.
I'll put in a VIP request for you if you'd like.
Oh yeah, please do.
I will.
No, Kelly and I both talked with them, so I'm excited, and they're so close to my house that I can totally hit them up for free car washes for life and everything else. So I'll keep you posted, but
Please keep me
thank you,
posted.
Gateway Buick GMC, great partners of ours here on the Mom Game.
Yeah. Okay. We have tons to catch up on this
I
week.
know.
I'm excited. So what do you want to start with?
Let's start with baseball and opening day.
Opening day.
Everything else. You were hanging with
so
you went number 2. You were hanging with George W.
Yes. So opening day was fantastic. It's like my favorite day of the year. I just love it so much. Everybody's so excited, and there's just, this feeling of, well, any team can do anything and everyone's in first place and all that cheesy baseball shit. But it really is so much fun. And I think as my career starts to wind down, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to retire. It could be this year, next year, or the year after that. I could work till I'm freaking 80. I don't know. But I've really learned to appreciate like these experiences, the things that I get to do as a result of this job. And so I just really try to kind of enjoy the moment, take it all in. And with the kind of the buzz surrounding the Rangers, at least within the organization, I was excited to get this thing going. And so opening day was great. I just the pomp and circumstance of it all, and it was really, really cool. They opened the roof, which I love. I love it when the roof's open. If
Yeah.
it's not 800 degrees outside, I love it when the roof's open. Um, so yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. I got to see my bestie George W. Bush.
How
Um,
was that?
I love
What do y'all talk about?
I know. I love him so much.
I know.
I mean, just like not stupid. He always asks about kids, and we talk about his grandkids, what he's been up to. There may or not have been a joke about if he had gotten indicted lately,
You
or
asked him?
planned on getting arrested at any point anytime soon.
Damn, man. You don't be
Um,
around the bush when it comes to conversing with ex-presidents.
Well, I think our BS is pretty good. We're pretty off the cuff, and so he's great. And he, his Secret Service was there, and so I figured he would be there. And I told him I saw them, and I hadn't seen the president yet. And I said, "You tell my buddy if he leaves here without taking our annual picture, I'm going to be real upset." And so I was walking to my position or whatever, and I hear him yelling at me, "Emily, Emily, I'm here." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "I'm coming to the dugout in a minute." So he came in the dugout. He always goes in the clubhouse and the umpires' rooms. I mean, he goes everywhere. Like goes and
Yeah.
says hi to the team, and they get super excited. And so he was in the dugout talking to Nathan Evaldi, one of our new pitchers, and he motioned me over there, and he's like, "Come on," he said. This guy's from Alvin, Texas, and I said, "Yeah, of course I know, Mr. President." And he was like, "I just want to make sure you knew. I thought that'd be good for you to pass on. You know who else is from Alvin, Texas?" And I said, "Nolan Ryan. I know Nolan is from Alvin." And so anyway, we BS for a little bit and took our
Like,
picture.
did you know you should do a story on this guy that I just met here?
Yeah, he's like, "Let me tell you a little something about this Nathan Baldy. He's from Alvin, Texas." So anyway, it was
How
great.
fun. Was
He's
he with
awesome.
Laura?
Laura was there, yes. And I've seen her a number of times too. I don't talk to her a ton. She's really reserved, and I'm not sure how she would handle my personality.
Yeah.
So I just stick with George.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
it's great.
I told you I went to high school with Jenna and Barbara, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
is
then I
that
told you Mike went on a date with Jenna.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, we're all
So
kinds of. I haven't told President Bush that like, hey, my
yeah,
husband
maybe
actually went on
don't.
a date with your daughter.
Maybe don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I just save that one. Keep it.
Sounds like Laura's more like Barbara and George is more like Jenna, just
Yeah,
from because Barbara was
personality
like
wise.
that. Like Barbara was very prim and proper and kind of reserved and in high school at least. And to be like that in high school is saying something. Jenna was more of a wild child. But that's exciting. So okay, the quest continues to get him on the mom game.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I'll start working on that. Um,
Ask his little secret service to put a
yes.
note in his pocket. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, so the game was great. The president was great. The Rangers have started off so good, and I'm so
I know.
happy.
I know.
I mean, it's early. We're taping this right before game number 5 of the season. It's very early, but 3-1 is a whole lot better than the way we've started the last several seasons. So I'm just excited about the team. The clubhouse is great. There's a really good vibe in there. Uh,
Good.
it seems like things are, clicking. It's a long season, but I feel like the early returns are super promising, and I hope that this thing continues, you know, as long as it possibly can, because it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun covering winning baseball. It's a lot
For
more
sure.
fun. Yeah.
For sure. I bet. I guess you didn't cover the second game, but that's the one where they completely clobbered them, right?
Yeah, I didn't cover game 2 or game 3. They were both national games. So it's kind of a
Okay.
weird thing for me. I worked Thursday opening day, and then I was off for 3 days, and then back at it again this week. So a little bit of a wonky schedule to start the season, but
Yeah. And our friend Josh Smith, you got to check on him.
yes, I have checked on him. He has indicated he's okay. So he took a nasty, nasty, nasty 89 mile an hour. I can't even remember what the pitch was, but regardless,
Like a slider or something, I
yeah,
think.
it was 89 miles an hour. I don't care what it was. Um, and so he took that like almost straight to the jaw. And so the scans came back clear. He, no telling, I don't know if he broke anything. We haven't gotten a whole lot of details on it, but super scary moment. And then immediately made me think of like my son, Henry does not wear I forget what it's called, the C flap or something, the
Yeah.
thing that
The
comes.
flap.
he doesn't wear the flap. And now I'm thinking like, it's probably a good idea for him to wear the flap. Like
Yeah,
just start
especially
it,
because
because I
kids are
feel like
probably a
at
lot
some
more
point it's
nervous.
going to be a rule. I mean, not that I think Henry's going to play in Major League Baseball, but I just feel like at some point it's going to be implemented like at various levels. And so it probably wouldn't hurt to start that, but it is terrifying to see that happen. And the slow-mo of it is just nauseating. So he appears to be, it looks like it could have been way worse, but we still, he's got some work to do to get back on the field.
Ah, poor guy. Did a tooth
Yeah.
fall out?
I didn't see any teeth come out.
KT was there and he said he thought he saw like a white thing fall out. Like KT used Groobs's parents' seats, which are right behind home plate. So he was like right there watching and saw the whole thing. And then they showed me this morning on.
It was awful. He may have, and you know what? He has really pretty teeth.
Oh, well, he'll get pretty fake one.
Yeah.
It's like all the hockey players, they all get their teeth knocked out and then they all have really beautiful teeth because they're all fake.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, good thoughts for Josh. That's super scary. Super scary.
Yeah, it is. That's great though that they're playing well. It seems like a good vibe. We can't wait to get out there.
Yes. Let me know when you want to come and catch some baseball, girl.
Okay. I will.
Do you want to talk Easter or you want to get into sports?
All Easter was that it's coming up, and are you excited? And do you still do an egg hunt? I know you don't get super into all the holiday kitty stuff.
I don't, and I am actually leaving for Chicago Friday, so I will not be here for the weekend. So I have started this new thing. I don't know if I told you, where I'm not really micromanaging when I leave town or when I'm at work. Like I'm not having I don't have a calendar anymore. There's no childcare calendar. It's basically like logistics.
This is big news.
I know. So I'm trying it. It's kind of giving me some anxiety, but so I've kind of just let Mike. I did this at spring training after they left, where it was like, okay, I'm going to tell you what the kids have, and then you're going to figure out how to get everyone where they need to be and all that stuff. So it went pretty good in spring training, and so I'm just kind of implementing that. So I don't even know what my family's doing for Easter. We're not doing Easter baskets. There is an egg hunt at the club that we belong to at Colonial. If he wants to take them, he's welcome to. I'm not making arrangements for anything. So
okay,
he knows what's going on.
Mike can handle it.
And he's in charge. So I will be spending Easter in Chicago. Covering the Cub series, which I've never done Wrigley. So usually I would not welcome a trip to Chicago in April because it would be really cold. But I've never done Wrigley, and I want to do it. And the weather actually looks
to warm up a little bit. Yeah,
it is. It looks decent in Chicago, so I'm excited. So that's my Easter plans. Have you done all the things? Gotten all the eggs and all?
No,
I'm not even doing eggs. I think for the first time, I don't have to do eggs, like the stuffing of the eggs and taking to school or whatever.
Yeah,
that exhausts me.
My kids, we did an Easter egg hunt at the DAC on Sunday. And so that was really fun. It's weird for us this year because just like you, Kelly has to actually fly out on Easter. And he has to leave, even go into work before he flies out. So if we want to do it, if the bunny comes, we're going to have to go look for all the eggs really early in the morning. On Sunday, if dad's going to be a part of it. And then
has the bunny let you know if he's going to come or not?
The bunny's going to come. Yeah.
Has he let you know he's going to come early, or
the bunny's going to come, and then we're going to have to get up early to see what the bunny brought.
So you're committed to that
before Kelly goes to work. So yeah, that's happening Sunday, and then he leaves town. So I'll just be like with the kids. I'm going to try to take them to church. Our church that we only go to like really on holidays. But that's kind of our plan. I don't know. Whatever. It'd be better if we were with a bunch of family, but we're just not this year.
Yeah.
So that's fine. It should be fun. Obviously mine are still little and they love all the things. So Anna's doing an egg hunt at school on Thursday. I'm actually going to leave the show a little early because I really want to be there because, she's wrapping up her time at this particular preschool, and then that's my last kid in preschool.
Oh, and then elementary school for both of them. That's exciting though.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be exciting.
Well, good. Well, here's hoping the Forbes kids have a lovely and memorable Easter.
Thank you. Same to yours.
Thank you. Okay, let's talk a little sports.
Okay.
Brought to
Let's
us
do
by
it.
our friends at Panther City, who are closing out the Panther City lacrosse team,
Yeah.
closing out their season in just a couple of weeks.
I know if you haven't been out to Panther City Lacrosse yet, maybe this is the time. On April 21st at 7 o'clock p.m. You can go check them out. It's a really fun, action-packed night out with your family or your friends. The kids will love it if you just want like a mom's night or a date night. It's really fun. It's in Fort Worth, Panther City Lacrosse. I think they've had another really wonderful season, and they're just growing. Each season you're hearing more and more people talk about lacrosse and talk about Panther City Lacrosse in Fort Worth. I know the people in Fort Worth are really, really supporting them. And even if you don't live in Fort Worth, you can make it a fun little getaway to head over there and go to a game like my family and I did with yours, Emily, not too long ago. They do play at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Tickets are super affordable. They start at just $25. If you want to go grab some, get down on it, panthercitylax.com. There are discounted tickets available exclusively for TMG listeners. So just head to our link tree on Instagram or Twitter, and we have the link there, and you can get discounted tickets. So you're talking $25 and a discount. You can take the whole dang family and have so much fun for under $100. And it is a lot of very entertaining action over at Dickies Arena. So thank you, Panther City. We are so excited to be working with you here on the Mom Game, and have loved supporting you all season long.
Go Panther City. Okay, so we got to talk a little sports and big news. The Stars have officially, not that it was, in question, but officially clinched a playoff spot.
Yes, they did. They clinched a playoff spot against Nashville at the AAC last night. And I think it just feels good to be able to move on now, look ahead. I saw where Pete DeBoer is saying, like, he knew we were going to make the playoffs, but now you use these last 5 games to really try to get your game in order and focus on the little things that you're going to need heading into the postseason. It was good too to see Scott Wedgwood, the backup goaltender, get the win at home last night. Jason Robertson breaking Dallas Stars records left and right. He hit 100 points last night in that win, and he broke Mike Modano's record for most points in a season the game prior to that. So we are breaking records over here with Jason Robertson. It's so fun. It's a historic season for him. And I think it's really cool just watching some of the clips coming out of the locker room and stuff. When the team is like really bought in and like really tight, and especially like when Jamie Ben's really into it, it's going to be a good postseason because he's going to make his. And I saw a clip last night of him celebrating with Jason Robertson and like kind of giving him crap, and it made me feel good. I was like, okay, this is the good Jamie, and he's having a wonderful season. And so I'm excited to see what he can do in the playoffs. He knows that like he's getting up there too in his career, and he's having, this is the time. They've got the team around them. They've got the goaltending. They've got the coach. So I'm super excited to see what kind of noise that they can make in the playoffs, which is coming soon. Next week, the regular season ends, and then they go right into it. So it's going to be fun.
For you, is it more stressful than the regular season because you kind of don't know what's happening? It's kind of a fly by the seat of your pants thing, or
it's definitely, it's fly by the seat of our pants, but I don't know if it's necessarily more stressful. It's better because, for one, like everybody's excited. So like everybody's excited in town. We're all excited. And it's more structure, like what the series is going to look like, and so you just know to plan for like the next week or two, and you can't really plan beyond that. But there's never going to be like a week-long road trip or 12-day road trip or anything like that. It's like 2 3 what is it 2 3 2 2 2 1 1 1 2 2 1 1 1
2 2 1 1 1 the whole way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you kind of know what to plan for and that kind of thing. And I really want to try to go, maybe it depends who we play in the first round, but like if it was Seattle, I would love to try to go to a road playoff game.
So do they ever do bring spouses?
No, but spouses just kind of go on their
Yeah.
own,
Because
you
like
know,
baseball, the last time we went baseball, they, or at least the Rangers, where wives travel.
for playoff or
Mhm.
for playoffs. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really nice of the organization.
Yeah.
We don't do that, but the wives usually just sometimes will go on their own. And I don't know, I'll just take off work if I have to. It's like I really want to go
Well,
this
yeah,
season.
you need to experience. I mean,
Yeah.
just you don't know how long Kelly's going to be doing what he's doing and what you having those opportunities and
Right. I know. So it could be like Minnesota or Colorado or Seattle. So I'm really hoping it's Seattle for a lot of reasons, but I would rather go there than any of those other places. And also, Minnesota and Colorado are playing really well right now. So we'll see. I feel like things are good in Stars Land. I'm going to get out there Saturday. I never go during the week, which is kind of sad because like last night's game would have been really fun to be at, but it just doesn't make sense to bring the kids out. And I don't feel like paying for a babysitter for that. Um, but Saturday we're gonna go. They play Vegas at home at 2 o'clock. So that'll probably be our last regular season home game that we go to as a family. So it should be fun. I'm excited.
yeah, exciting time for the Stars. And it's so playoff hockey's so fun. It's
Yeah,
so fun to watch. It's so fun to keep up with. And like you said, I mean, like they've got a legitimate chance. Like they're not, I mean, it's not like there's some shot in the dark,
right.
whatever. I mean,
Yeah. And
they're legit.
there's not like a team right now that's like, oh, there's no way we're gonna beat them. It's kind of wide open. Um in the West, the Stars have been one of the top teams all season long. So could happen. Who knows?
Yay, Stars!
I know.
Playoff hockey, here we come. Same
Mavs are
Kenobi
kind of done.
said. Huh?
What?
Huh?
I
What'd
said
you say?
Mavs are kind of done.
Oh, that's where I was trying to segue into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a team that will not be going to the playoffs. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, God bless them, they just totally effing imploded.
Yeah,
I mean, like a complete and total implosion.
they did. And I remember like saying, I don't know, right after Kyrie came and things started looking like, okay, we're not winning like we thought. And kind of even joking, like, man, they might not even, or like, what if they had to play the play-in game? And now it's like, oh, they're not even probably going to get to play the play-in game, and there's just going to be no postseason. And now we're hearing reports of the team possibly sitting Kyrie and Luka for the last few games. So that is admitting that they're
Well, and then I just saw a tweet from someone, I can't remember who it was, where they quoted Luca as saying, if I'm able to play, I am going to play.
good for him.
Like
I don't
he
like
doesn't
that.
feel, he doesn't, I don't even know. Anyway, I saw it.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
That he
Like,
was like, outski, I'm not just gonna sit. I
well,
mean,
good.
I was trying to find it.
They're just kind of painful to watch. Like
Oh my
they're
gosh.
not playing defense and it's terrible. And so it makes it they're good enough on offense to where they'll hang until the end of the game with whoever, and then the end of the game they put themselves in a situation where it's like you have to make the right decision at the last minute, or you have to make a couple free throws to tie it like the other night and they missed one of the free throws. It's like, can you not just play defense and not make it so hard on yourself at the end of the game? It's painful to watch as a fan.
Yeah, it's been hard. It's been really hard. Okay, here's the tweet. It says snippets from Luka Doncic's post-practice interview. This is from Callie Kaplan, who covers the
Mhm.
Mavericks. Any consideration given to shutting down for the season? His answer, no. He said team chemistry this season hasn't matched last year's West Final squad. How much do the Mavs miss Brunson? A pause and a smile and a lot. So the
Yeah,
Brunson deal comes back to,
it does. I know. It's a bummer.
yeah.
He was so good, and he's kind of just what they needed.
Yeah. Well, and I hate it too because I was in favor of the Kyrie trade. Like I'm like in. Like he's one of the
Yeah.
best players in basketball. And I think people were like, oh well, he's so many issues you have to deal with him, blah blah blah. I don't feel like there has been, you know.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, he's been honest and forthcoming in interviews and he's been accountable. I mean, I can't tell you how many interviews I've seen with him, like post game, where it seems like he's at the podium every game.
Yeah, he's not
willing to
afraid to
answer any
talk.
questions and
Yeah.
taking accountability. And I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, I get it. He's got a history, but I mean, I feel like he's been great here.
Yeah, I think he has too. And I don't think I hate the narrative that like you see out there that like he's the reason they're not making the playoffs or
That's ridiculous.
him and Luca aren't getting along or
That's dumb.
Luca's upset. It's just dumb. Anyone that's been paying attention knows that's not the truth. And it's a lot of factors that have contributed to it. But yeah, I think he and Luca like need more time to kind of figure out their rhythm and playing together. Um, but what it does sound good about what he's been saying after the games, et cetera, et cetera. It's like he's talking some like about the future. And so he's saying, that they knew it was going to take some time for him and Luca to gel. And so almost alluding to possibly staying here. So that's the big question in the offseason is if he will stay. And I hope he does. And if he does, then I hope you can fill out the roster with a little more defense. And it's just kind of sad. I said on the radio the other day, I was like, I feel a lot better about kind of giving up on the Mavs right now because I have Stars playoffs starting and I have Rangers that have started. So
Yeah.
we're still going to have two options. I was very sad about, I got super into the Mavs and then it was just like, what do you mean? You're just going to shit the bed now? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's
But
frustrating.
I'm a fair weather fan, whatever. It's like, all right, well, if you don't care enough to try, then I'm just going to get over it and we will focus on the Stars and the Rangers.
Yeah. It's super frustrating now.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, when you have that much talent, but you can't figure out a way to make it jive.
Yep.
So anyway,
We'll see.
anyway, the Mavs are basically done. So we will see what happens with them in the off season, but we do have plenty of sportsing action going on with, like you said, the Stars in the playoffs, the Rangers, and then always the Cowboys have some shit going on.
Yep.
Okay, let's get into a little bit of what's on your feed because what's on your feed is a little sportsy that I want to talk about. I don't even know if I put this in the rundown, but the Angel Reese stuff and the Caitlin Clark. I feel like we definitely need to jump into that. And then we've also got to talk T Swift because good Lord, talk about what's on your feed. Taylor Swift was so all up in my feed.
Everybody went.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Okay, so what's on your feed brought to us by our friends at Noble Vines, and Noble Vines aims to bring out the best in wine and people. Numbers don't lie, and neither does their legacy. That's why each number on the bottle represents a superior wine stock that over centuries have been proven to produce exceptional wine. I'm a huge fan of I think it's the 446 Chardonnay, and then the 337 Cabernet Sauvignon. I love their cab. It's rich, full-bodied, has aromas of cherry and blackberries and suave tannins. My favorite thing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I like to share something meaningful and pour good into the world, and they do plenty of good in our world. A huge supporter of No Kid Hungry, which is working to end child hunger in America by ensuring that all children get the healthy food they need every day to thrive. So to get more involved in that, nokidhungry.org, proud partners of Noble Vines, and we're happy to support that wonderful organization as well. Also, Noble Vines, the official wine partner for the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial in Fort Worth, May 25th to the 28th. You can get that 337 Cabernet Sauvignon, the 446 Chardonnay that I talked about, the 667 Pinot Noir, and the new Marquis Red. While at home, your favorite restaurant or bar, or at the tournament. Must be 21 or over. Noblevines.com. That's noblevines.com. Drink responsibly, please. And if you don't want to go to the liquor store to get Noble Vines, I'm with you. You know what?
Yep.
We've got an app for you, and
we sure do. We are looking out for you here on the Mom Game, and we want to make your life happy, and we want to make your life easy, and you can drink some wine and be happy, and you can have your wine brought to you, and that's easy. That is Bottle Rover. Kick back, relax, let Bottle Rover fetch your drinks for free. When you spend $50, you don't have to pay anything extra to have your drinks delivered and brought straight to your door. It's quite amazing. You can shop local liquor stores straight from your phone. So you are supporting local, you're supporting the liquor stores that are nearby you. And you are saving yourself all that time and energy. I know I can barely get my grocery list covered, let alone Kelly and my booze list. So it's nice just like every week or 2 weeks or however often to sit down, go through Bottle Rover and order whatever it is that you need to get through the week, because weeks and kids and life and jobs are hard. So just relax, let Bottle Rover do the work.
And it's not just alcohol, like it's like mixers and stuff like that. So remember when I bottle rovered our Noble Vines 446 Chardonnay because we were out, and we opened up the bag and you're like, oh, look, here's some blue cheese stuffed olives. And I was like, yeah, I saw that on the app and I was like, God, I love blue cheese stuffed olives. I'm just going to put this in the cart. So yeah, all the stuff's available. Basically a giant
That's awesome.
bar at your
Yeah.
fingertips. Anything that you think you could possibly need, for a party, entertaining, or just a night at home by yourself. Bottle Rover's got you covered. Throw in a jar of blue cheese stuffed olives just for
And like we always say, if you're drinking Noble Vines or if you're using Bottle Rover, take a picture and send it to us so we know.
yeah.
'Cause we love that. We
We
really
do.
do.
We love the feedback from our peeps with our
Mhm.
partners. Okay, you want to go Taylor Swift first, or you want to go women's national championship game?
Yeah, you've got something on your brain with basketball, so let's go there.
Well, I mean, first of all, the interest in the women's side of the Final Four and all that was amazing. I thought it
Yeah.
was really cool. I just to be brutally honest with you, I'm not into college basketball, period, unless it's Texas Tech, or until the tournament. And so
Yeah.
all of a sudden you start hearing so many people talking about this Caitlin Clark girl. Like, she's amazing. She's like Steph. She can shoot from anywhere. She can shoot with the defenders on her. It doesn't matter. And so I did catch a couple of Iowa games, and she's effing phenomenal.
Yeah, she
And
really
then
is.
you've got the other huge personality in this thing, which is LSU head coach Kim Mulkey, who was at Baylor for a long time. When I first started covering Big 12, when I just got to Dallas and was working for Fox Sports Southwest, I did a number of different things on the women's side, and talked to Kim multiple times. And there is something about her, like she's very intimidating. She's very no nonsense. And I don't get really that feeling that where I'm kind of like, I better be on my A game, or she's gonna fucking chew me up and spit me out. But I kind of had that feeling with her. Like she wasn't bitchy or anything. She just is like, she's very intense. She's very matter of fact. She doesn't have a whole lot of time for your bullshit. And so whatever you need, you better get in and get out. And so, her personality has been pretty well established, but then she added a whole new dimension with these outfits.
I know.
Which, and then I feel like people kind of, I mean, here's the thing, like, you don't wear shit like that if you're not prepared for people to comment on it. Right. So it's like people kind of went after her, but then it's like, well, I mean, I think she's a big girl. She knows what she's getting into. Right. I mean, she's not dumb.
No.
So I thought that was hilarious, and she is very intense. But listen, she's a freaking badass coach. I mean, she is a badass coach. Some of the other stuff away from the court that people have accused her of, I'm not, I'm not really sure where the truth lies in that, as far as, not supporting Brittany Griner when she was, being held, in Russia, all that kind of stuff. That falls into the political category, and I'm pretty out on all that stuff, as you know. But you can't deny that she's a badass coach. She wears some wheels off outfits, and she generates interest in the team and the game as a whole. And I mean, she's good for the sport, whether or not you agree with, how she conducts herself away from the court in conjunction with her players or former players, whatever. That can't be denied.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of Caitlin Clark at all?
I saw the highlights. So
she is badass.
A full game with her. Yeah, she's really good. And I guess that's why so many people were watching.
I think so. I mean, I think she can be credited with like increasing the number of eyeballs on the tournament.
Yeah, because
it became very mainstream to talk about, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I just kept seeing her like all over Twitter and everything else. So I wanted to watch, and when I watched, I was like, okay, she lives up to the hype.
And she's got some swag. I mean,
Mhm.
she's got some swag. She's bringing some stuff to the party, as far as the way she carries herself and all that kind of stuff, which I have zero problem with.
Yeah.
Um, and then in the national championship game, it's Iowa versus LSU.
Yeah.
And LSU was pretty, I don't want to say in control the whole time, but I mean, it was apparent, down the stretch that it was not going to be a buzzer beater, a tight game down the stretch. And so Angel Reese, who is a star player for LSU, Caitlin was seen, I don't want to call it taunting because I don't think it was taunting. She was smack talking. She was, doing things and, the
So it was
gesture
in a
of the
different game, right?
totally different game. Yes. So, but that when Caitlin did that wave over her face, so hand over the face and you wave it,
Can't see me.
okay, you can't see me. So there was a time when that meant something different, but we won't go there. So anyway, you can't see me.
Mhm.
So she did that in one of the previous games leading up to the national championship game, and that went viral. It was everywhere. Blah blah. Well, then when it became apparent that LSU would win the national championship and beat Iowa, Angel Reese threw one back at her. You can't see me, and then pointed toward her ring finger. We can all assume what that means. That means I'm about to get me a ring, and you're
Yeah.
not. And the first of all, it's so not complicated, but the way women, and it's not even just in sports, we've talked about this before, it's in business, it's whatever. If a man does something, and I'm not on my women's soapbox, this is not it, but it is absolutely true. If a man does something and like is assertive and does whatever and puts his foot down and he's strong and powerful and establishing his presence and blah blah blah, regardless of what field it's in, whether it's sports or business or whatever. And if a woman does it, a lot of times, not all the time, it's perceived as bitchy, bossy, classless, not becoming of a woman, not whatever, not ladylike, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And that drives me crazy. And it's like, in any situation, I mean, we still run into it. I mean, I love the men we work with, I love the men we deal with, but there are times when their manness comes out, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
hey, sugar,
Oh yeah, it does.
you don't have to mansplain things to me. And you don't have to be caught off guard if I'm assertive in a situation or I speak my mind. It doesn't mean I'm a bitch or I'm crazy. It just means that I'm confident in the things that I'm saying and the things that I'm doing. So I
Mhm.
need you to understand that and not think that I'm just a raging bitch. If you want to think that, that's fine. But let me tell you, you're not justified in it if I'm simply doing those things.
Yeah.
And so that it makes me insane. And it's like, to me, Caitlin Clark, her whole persona, the way she plays the game, and then the way she carries herself on and off the court, it's part of what people drew her to it and drew her to the game. And so get after it, girl. But listen, if you dish it out, you better be able to take it. And by
Yeah.
all indications, it appears she can,
Yeah.
because she didn't have a problem with Angel Reese giving it back to her. She didn't have a
Yeah.
problem.
She said she
The
didn't
dude,
even notice. She's like, I didn't even see it. Like, yeah.
right. And who can, and I mean, as someone who does dish out plenty of shit, I am fully prepared and I am fully aware that I am going to have to be able to take it and eat it sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the way it is. You can't have that kind of personality if it's only going to be one-sided.
Right.
But then for people to come out and like to call Angel Reese classless and blah blah and all that bullshit, like, shut the fuck up. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. And I don't want to. I don't think it's a racial thing. I think for most people, I think
Mhm.
what happened is a lot of people didn't see the Caitlin Clark thing. They didn't know where the Angel Reese thing came from. If it came from out of nowhere, I don't care if it did come out of nowhere. Talk your smack, do your stuff, settle it on the floor. Like, again, like, just, you're bringing entertainment to the game. As long as you're not like assaulting someone or hurting someone, a little
Yeah.
trash talk never hurt anybody. And it makes the game more interesting. It's the same shit about in baseball, like with bat flipping. Flip your bat, flip it. And if you get a strikeout and you want to karate chop your crotch and be like, suck it, I got you, do it. I mean, I'm just like, let's let's stop taking these things so seriously. So seriously. They're
Yeah.
just games, and there's not rules of how you should act. And if I've had this conversation with Kevin Minch on his podcast at the Big Head Pod on the Dove Network, it's the right way. The right. So you're the mayor of the right wayville. Like, just because you think something is the right way does not mean I think something is right way, and it doesn't make my right way right, and it doesn't make your right way right. There is no such thing as the right way. There is no universal rules for the right way. Your right way is different than my right way. Why? Because we are all shaped by our experiences, the way we view things. Our opinions are shaped by our experiences, and mine are different than yours, and yours are different than his and hers and theirs. And there is no way to establish a right way. So stop telling me someone plays the game the right way. There is no such thing. Thank you very much. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't even have a rebuttal. You're exactly right. I thought it was crazy how much people were talking about that. I was like, seriously?
Yeah.
Why is this a big deal? I don't know.
And it's like, have any of those people, have you actually played competitive sports? Like, do you know what it's like? Like, no, it's these stupid nerds sitting behind their computers making all these judgments when the big, anyway, I can't, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But it's like, right, like, you're in the heat of battle. Shit happens. You express emotions. Like, again, it's a fucking game. These people are competitive, and shit happens. I mean,
I know.
it's not like she wouldn't punch
like, what if that wasn't caught on camera, or like, what if Twitter didn't tweet it out? You know, and that's how things like catch fire. It's like someone decided it. They thought it was a big deal. They put it on Twitter, and then it turns into a big deal. It's like,
right, and then sometimes it gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. It's just the immediacy of it, the need of everyone to pounce and sign off on, you know, how this, you know, I don't know, how this was classless and all that bullshit. Like,
yeah,
spare me. I mean, just spare me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel better.
I feel like it'll be out of the news cycle here pretty quick.
It will, but it's like, I don't know. People need to get over themselves and stop taking shit so seriously.
It's social media, and now everyone can comment on everything, you know? So
okay, I said my piece. I feel way better.
Okay. So speaking about social media.
Oh my gosh.
You went. We both went.
We both went. We're talking, of course, about Taylor Swift, which, you know, it's like whenever tickets went on sale for this concert, it was like no one can get them. You know, you can get them. They're in such high demand, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, like everyone I knew went to the concert.
I know.
So what did you think about it? You took Anna. You went on Saturday night.
I took Anna. We were invited by our nanny and her family because they have like seats at AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys game. So they were able to use, I don't know, somehow get priority on seats. So they had really good seats, and they had passes to the Optimum Club, which was like free food and drink, which was amazing. Also provided like a little kind of quiet place if I needed to take Anna out. So since, you know, she and Anna are so close, she wanted Anna to come, and she and I are good friends too. So we all went, and we went on a party bus with her crew, her family, and it was great. I'm a fan of Taylor Swift. I actually like will play Taylor Swift on my Alexa. I'll be like, play Taylor Swift radio or whatever, like, because I love her music, especially the last album. But I'm not like, oh my God, I'm not a diehard by any means. In fact, like the last time she came to town, I feel like it was a long time ago. And at that point, I remember being like, I don't know, I have no interest. Like, this is for kind of like, I feel like the younger generation, younger than me even, are like super obsessed with her. And that's how my nanny is. But I was definitely going to go if invited. So, and Anna and Alex listen to Taylor Swift all the time. So it was so good. It was wonderful. I mean, the amount of effort and energy and execution that went into that show was unreal. And for her to play for that long, for 3 hours or 4 hours, what was it?
3 hours. It was ridiculous. I mean, she played 44 songs.
40, that's what it is. 44 songs.
Never stopped. I mean, she was unbelievable. She's so entertaining. She's a very good entertainer. I feel like, you know, I still envision her as this like just little like stick skinny, kind of gawky, awkward-ish, woman growing into herself.
Hmm.
And she came out and I was like, damn, Gina. I mean, she's a woman. Like she's got the curves in the right places and she's rocking those, leotard bodysuit things and her
Yeah,
8 different pairs of Christian Louboutins. And I mean, I was like, somebody grew up.
I know. I think she's
And
30,
she's like
31,
33.
33. Wow.
She's not that much younger than you. I mean, she's still
Like
significantly younger.
4 years. Yeah. But yeah,
But
she
yeah,
was,
she looked great. The show was great. The performance was great. I could still tell like she's not super comfortable being like sexy. Like
yeah.
you could tell like a little like, here and there where it was kind of like it, I don't know.
Well,
Where it was
she's like just awkward enough that she's like lovable,
oh,
like
no
so
doubt.
lovable. And I wasn't at, there was one point she messed up. Like she does 2 secret songs, I guess, on the tour. And it was towards the end. She probably announced it. She was like, and one of them's on the piano with the moss on it. And
Okay.
the other one was like an acoustic. For us, it was like Death by a Thousand Cuts and then a song called Clean. But when she was doing Death by a Thousand Cuts, she was like, I don't perform this very often, so bear with me. I might mess up. If I mess up, I'll have to do it again somewhere else. She said, but usually these 2 songs I only do once on tour. And if I do it here, I'm not going to do it in another city. And she was like, if I mess up though, I have to correct it somewhere else. So here it goes. And she does it. And everyone freaked out. My nanny freaked out. I don't know. I mean, I'd heard the song, but I wasn't like, oh my God, but everybody else was. But then she messed it up. Like she messed it up and she was like, she had to start over and she was like, well, now I have to do it in another city. It's like she almost set it up that she was going to mess up. But it was almost like those parts of the show where you really see her. And I saw online that there was another part where like her piano broke. Was that at your show?
No. Or
Maybe
maybe
that
I
was
wasn't
Friday
paying
night.
attention at that point. I don't know. I mean, it seemed pretty flawless to me.
Okay, maybe it was Friday night. Her piano broke, and like, and then she had to radio to her people, and they came out and quickly fixed it. And she's like laughing. And I saw another one from the tour. I guess it was in Arizona or Vegas, where like she couldn't find her spot because you have to have all the markings like on the stage to know like which piece of this stage is going to bring you down underground.
Right. Or lift you up. Yeah, that could be disastrous.
Yeah, and like one of them, she couldn't find the spot where she's supposed to go down. So she was like looking all around and like trying to find it and laughing, and everyone was laughing. I'm like, those are the moments I feel like I love because I can turn on the radio or I can turn on and watch someone's music video, but it's like when you really feel like you're intimate with this person and you're getting to know the real them a little bit, like you feel like you saw something that not everybody else can see online or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
So this is my question. Like, do you think we had this discussion at the concert. So we went on a party bus too, but it was 28 moms and it was, oh my Lord, it was a lot. We had a blast, but we had a blast, but it was just like, I mean, 28 women that don't, I mean, I don't know how many of them get out a whole lot. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like mom's
People
night
getting
out all the
hammered.
time. You know what I mean? And so,
No.
but it was a total blast. But we had this conversation, like as we were watching, it's like, is she like super nice or how does she treat her crew? Like, is she really this nice? I don't know. Like, I remember I used to like love Ellen DeGeneres and I thought she was so cool and just so kind. And then you hear these like horror stories about how she's like a raging bitch to her crew. And I'm like, and one of my girlfriends who's super cynical was like, oh, she's a total bitch. And I'm like, what? You can't be serious. And I was like, I can't imagine her. And I'm like looking at the way, like analyzing the way she's looking at her backup dancers and all that. Did you see the big guy, the big African-American guy?
Yeah, like the
Oh my
drag,
God, I
like
want to be
she
his
had
friend so
drag,
bad. Do
yeah,
what?
like she had drag dancers
No, I don't. No, he
at the
wasn't.
end.
Well, I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was wearing each time. But
Oh, the guy who she sang Style with, like you're
he.
never going out of style, and she kind of got face to face, like he played the role of Harry Styles in that one.
I don't remember. He's a big man.
Okay,
He's a big dude.
this one was a kind of hot black dude with like dreadlocks, but maybe
Oh, Hot. Remember him. Remember him. He was that was commented on a number of times. Yes.
Really?
Not that one. Talking about the big guy, and he was working it and moving it. And I was like, oh, like he just had this aura about him, like that
I think he was a drag guy,
he well, he wasn't like wearing he wasn't wearing women's clothes.
but he might have been a woman that was a man.
No, I think this was a dude. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This guy I want to know about because I want to be his best friend. I thought he was so adorable that I just wanted to go be like, hey, you want to go get a glass of wine?
Yeah.
Cocktail, let's go. Like, I bet you got some good bullshit. But he was my favorite. I meant to like look up online
Like who he was.
of who he is because I would bet that there are a lot of people like me that like pick him out of the whole shebang and are like, that's my guy. I like that guy. I want to know more about him.
Yeah, it is fun when you can like spot somebody. Like Carrie Underwood had a backup singer when I went to see her, and I just watched the backup singer like so much.
Yeah.
It's fun just spotting somebody that you feel like is just a normal person ish up there performing with Taylor Swift. It's like,
I know. So do you think it's too late for me to like try out to be a backup dancer and singer for someone?
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
late. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
thanks for
I
crushing
think,
my dreams.
I think we need to have a mom game like karaoke night, and I'll karaoke and you can be my backup, and then we can switch vice versa, and then you can take the stage and I'll be your backup dancer.
Okay,
that might be the only one that we qualify for.
Not quite Taylor Swift or Justin. That's my like dream gig would be to be a backup dancer for Justin Timberlake.
That'd be cool.
I've said that like multiple times.
I know. You could do it. Hey, you can still do it.
Because probably what would happen is we would be doing a dance song thing and our eyes would meet and he would, instantly like stop everything on the stage.
Your hall pass.
Profess his love to me, and then I'd have to tell my husband that Justin Timberlake wants to.
Yeah, it's probably for the best for both families, yours and his, that you guys don't end up dancing together.
It's probably best that we don't meet. We'd hate for anything to escalate.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Jessica Biel.
Right? Sorry. Yes, Jessica Biel. My other thing from the concert was just that sweet Anna fell asleep for like an hour and a half on my lap.
Okay. So Hattie went to Taylor Swift when she was like Anna's age with my sister-in-law. Same thing happened. And then so when I told her I was going and she wasn't getting to go, I was like, you've already been. She was so pissed. I was like, you've already been. She was like, Mom, I went when I was like 5 and I fell asleep and I didn't even get to yell and scream and sing.
Oh,
I was like, I'm sorry, baby. But
that's going to be Anna someday. But at that point, Taylor would be like 40 something. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
I know, but no, it was funny. So I just I didn't want to wake her up and I didn't even have anywhere to put her. So I was like, I guess just lay. So she just laid on my lap. And so I just watched most of the show up on the giant screen. I couldn't stand up or anything.
How long did it take you to get out of there?
Long time.
We didn't get home until 1:30 in the morning.
Same.
I was like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to sleep. Love everyone, love the experience, love Taylor Swift. I need to go to bed.
Sitting on that party bus after the show, not being in the same or not moving for like 30 minutes.
We were in the Walmart parking lot for 40 minutes.
Same.
I mean, it was insanity.
You were outside
to figure out a better plan over there. They have to figure out a better plan.
Yeah, I know.
It's miserable.
It just made me think like I don't want to go to a mass person event. I don't want to be in a big crowd for a long time.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. But she was wonderful. Thank you, Taylor, for gracing us with your presence.
Thanks, Taylor. If you need a backup dancer, middle-aged backup dancer with very little rhythm, just holler at your girl.
Emily is available.
Okay. All right. Let's close things out with the TMG news desk. And we have a new sponsor on the mom game. Our friends at BetterHelp, who can provide a great service, not only to us, but also to you.
Yes, our friends at BetterHelp. I had heard a lot about BetterHelp. I'd seen them, on social media and all around. And I'm super excited that now we are working with them because I feel like a lot of people could use some therapy, and there's nothing wrong with that. the things we talk about on this show are a lot of times hard. You're talking about relationships, you're talking about kids, you're talking about juggling jobs and all of just kind of the troubles that can come up within that. And even if you're not feeling troubles, a lot of times it just helps to sit down and talk to somebody. And sometimes it's really hard to find that person or to pay for it. And BetterHelp is here for you, and they are going to make it convenient for you as well. So whether or not you've been in therapy yet, it's definitely something that can help you learn positive coping skills, how to set boundaries with people in your life, and can empower you to be the best version of yourself. It's not just those who maybe have been through some sort of trauma or anything like that. Honestly, I think everybody should be sitting down and talking to somebody about life. And that's what BetterHelp is for. So if you're thinking about starting therapy, you should give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, which is awesome. I know how hard it is for me to get out and do almost anything, even go to the grocery store sometimes. BetterHelp is entirely online. You can just go to your room, go to your office, whatever it is, and set it up. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So this is what you need to do. You can discover your potential with BetterHelp. You go to betterhelp.com/momgame, and that's going to get you 10% off of your first month. betterhelp.com/momgame. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/momgame. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for working with us. I'm so excited to just kind of spread the word about therapy and make it convenient for people as well. And that's what BetterHelp is all about.
Yep, grateful for their partnership and grateful that this episode is sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. So thank you, and we will be enlisting their services soon as someone who has utilized the expertise of a therapist in the past. It is definitely worth it. It's a fresh perspective. It's people who don't know your story and can take everything that you give them and form their own opinion, not based on any sort of past experiences they have with you. So thanks to BetterHelp, we are grateful for your partnership and look forward to working with you guys in the coming weeks and months ahead. Okay, so wrapping up, you put Julie's kid portraits.
So it's kind of fun that we're home so I can show you this. So do you remember when I went to Fort Worth? It was like right around Christmas time, and I went to get portraits of my kids because of something that I like won on Instagram.
Yes.
And I think I told you probably on the show how it was a bit of an S show, and they were going to be very expensive to buy the big ones, and the kids it was hard to keep them still to take the portraits, and I had no idea how it was going to turn out. I didn't end up buying anything giant. I just got the one that I won or whatever from this company. They came in today, and I just want to show you.
Okay.
I also wanted to talk about like how much is too much money to spend on pictures of your kids.
Okay, so this is what happens. I'm sure this company is great, but what happens is they like, you get a little carrot and then you got to buy a whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the sizes they were trying to sell me on, they didn't even have the size that I got with the Instagram contest to show me how big it was. They start with showing you one that's like giant, right? And then they work their way down. And I'm like, well, how big is the one that I get for free with this contest? And they're like, oh, we don't even have that size to show you. But look at this one, it's bigger, Yeah. So it was kind of like I was like, oh, I don't know. I felt a little bit like
you didn't feel like you were winning.
I didn't feel like I was winning, although I left without buying one of the giant ones, and the pictures were wonderful. So I felt like I was winning because I didn't spend money.
Okay.
But I did buy one little extra print of Ryder for like I think $200. They were like, you can buy this other print for $200. And then I got the one that I won in this contest or whatever. Well, I just got it today, and it is so cute. And now I'm like, damn it, I should have spent all the money. I should have spent everything in my savings to get this giant portrait because it's the cutest picture I've ever seen.
Okay, I want to see. You have to post these since some people are not watching. Oh my God, stop. That is adorable.
Should I go drain my savings account and get the giant one? It's a painting.
It's a painting?
Yes.
That's not a paint. That someone painted that?
Yes. So they take a picture of it and then they paint it. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
But I
gosh.
got the one of Ryder because I was like, it's really hard to get a good picture of Ryder. Anna can take a good picture easily. So I was like, I didn't buy the one of her, but
That is so cute. So did you go buy the tux, or do
no, they had it there.
they had clothes for
They had
them?
the clothes. Yeah, I mean, and the place was great. Like if you just went in and you were like, okay, I know that I want to spend a bunch of money on this because I need a big giant something for my foyer or whatever, like then it was really wonderful. I just was caught off guard and not ready to spend a bunch of money. But now I'm like, should I spend like
I mean, that's
$5,000 and get a big one?
they look like they're going on like Dancing with the Stars Juniors edition or something.
Can you believe it? Oh my gosh.
They are
I
so
know.
cute.
I was very excited. So it arrived just before we shot, and I was like, oh, I can show Emily. But yeah, it's always hard. It's like I have so many pictures of my kids. There's so many that I don't do anything with. I just sit on my phone. And then there's so many, I don't know. I never know what to do with pictures of my kids, but I'm thinking about calling them up and being like, okay, I want to spend all
Those
the
are
money.
super cute.
Make this
You'll have to post those on our social media.
I will.
Speaking of our social media, we didn't talk about this. The whole outpouring of votes on the what should I wear to opening day was hilarious.
Yeah.
So we need to start. I would like to thank our Mom Game listeners who participated in that little
That was awesome. Yeah.
poll of what I should wear. So this, I'm actually wearing number 3 right now.
Oh wait, I thought you were, I think that's number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I wore number 3 yesterday.
You wore number 3 yesterday.
Yeah, this is number 1.
I actually was trying to take a picture of you to put on the Mom Game and say, look, it's number 3, but you went off camera and it switched to CJ or something.
Yeah. So I've worn 2, 3, and now 1. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna start enlisting help from the Mom Game listeners about what I should wear.
It's so funny. I was at dinner and my watch was just like blowing up.
It was giving me so much anxiety too.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. Oh, and speaking of, if you are interested in our merch, we have some new merch that is really cool. It's really cool. It just says Sports Mom. There's a whole new line, if you will. You can go to themomgamepod.com, click on, I think it's merchandise, or shop up on the top, and it's really awesome. Adam put a lot of hard work into helping us design some more merch, and there's all kinds of cool things too. There's fanny packs in.
Oh, I gotta get one.
Fanny packs that say Sports Mom. Yeah, it's really cool. So I think he's gonna make a reel or something, because I told him to make something that we can post on social media too. But I'm excited about our new gear that people can buy, and they're also supporting the Mom Game, which we love. So if you can support us that way, if you can support us by utilizing any of our wonderful sponsors that you've heard us talking about here on the show today, that really means a lot to us.
Yay. Media. It can be good for something.
Yeah.
Social media.
For sure.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be back in a studio of some sort next week. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here a little bit, but we will figure everything out.
We know we'll be back. That's what matters.
Yeah, and we'll have some playoff hockey to talk about. When did the playoffs start?
The playoffs start, I think.
Did you just put a party emoji on the Zoom?
I did, yeah, because we're celebrating.
How did you do that?
I clicked on reactions down at the bottom, and then you can
play with that.
And then you can click on things. It's really cool.
Okay, that's my favorite emoji. Okay.
That is, you do love that emoji.
It's my favorite. Okay, well, super fun playoff. Wait, I interrupted you with the emoji talk because I got distracted.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I want to say April 16th, 17th.
Okay, so we'll be previewing some playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Rangers will still only have 1 loss when we can be next.
Yeah, and you'll have gone to Chicago and back.
Yep, first road trip of the season coming quick. I leave on Friday, come home on Sunday. So,
awesome.
It's my first time at Wrigley, so I'm excited about that. I'll report back. Wrigley Field. And then, we'll see everyone back here for episode 161 next week. So thanks for hanging with us.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, Mom Game out.